Tiritiri Matangi in Auckland's Hauraki Gulf is one of the most successful conservation projects in the world. Unwanted predators have been removed, native trees have been replanted, and now rare birds and animals have been returned. And all of this is thanks to some very hard-working and dedicated volunteers.
We used to collect seedlings on the island. We grew them into little plants. They used to come out on a day trip here.
In the space of 10 years, they managed to plant 283,000 trees.
People obviously do guiding, which money goes back into the shop, which again helps provide money for other projects. We have one man, Russell, he's our rat man. He visits all the bait stations. He changes the cards just to check. Obviously, we've got no reinvasion of rats.
And do you ever find any?
No, touch wood. Nothing so far. But that's how we found the common gecko on the island. We found these little footprints, and it was obvious it was a gecko of some type. Of course, that got all the herpetologists really excited. And we found them over Fisherman's Cove Way, and there's now, they reckon, well over 100.
Oh, fantastic.
They just survived in those little rock stacks where obviously the rats couldn't get to them. So that was a really exciting discovery, and it saves us then having to try and reintroduce geckos to the island. This is just not a dock island, I mean, it's a people island as well. We help one another out, hopefully. I mean, we provide some money and some labour for dock, and they provide expertise in the form of scientific staff and rangers.
On Tiri, we're quite lucky that we've got so many birds now, and we know how to keep them alive, that we're actually able to start looking at more research-focused questions that still have a lot to do with the conservation, but also we can start looking at behavioural ecology kind of questions. So we're able to do similar things that people would normally do in the Northern Hemisphere and get really into sort of more esoteric scientific questions.
There's a lot of work happening on the island for various reasons, including the research. The demands for transport around the island were increasing, so push bikes were bought, and it's been a great success. It's not just saving on fuel, it's quieter, more pleasant, more in keeping with the island rather than having vehicles driving around. Very important to do things like having solar hot water heating. That's a very efficient way of saving energy.
So if you're spending less on gas, for example, then you perhaps could put more into some kind of species plan or something like that?
Absolutely, yes.
How long have you been working out here?
12 or 14 years.
Why
we even spend Christmas Day here.
Do you? Yes. So you obviously love the place.
Yes, we come for at least 2 weeks at Christmas, sometimes 3.
Without people like Morag and all the volunteers and supporters, many of the species that are on the island today probably wouldn't be here without you guys kind of propping them up and giving them a hand.